It's kind of funny here. A couple weeks ago, it was in the mid-teens here at the house. Today it's 70, almost 75 degrees, sunny and 75, low humidity. It's beautiful weather. Looks like we're going to have a warm spring and probably even warmer summer. Yeah, kind of crazy. Was going to go camping this weekend, but another plan came up that arose out of the woodwork, and that one kind of fell through at the last minute. And by the time it fell through, it was a little too late to go camping. So, won't go camping this weekend with Valentine's Day. Got some plans with the other half. We're going to go do some stuff this weekend, kind of get away from the house for a little bit. So probably weekend after this, look for some camping videos coming out, hopefully. But yeah, work's same old, overworked and understaffed with people out sick and vacations and sending them off to other stores. So hopefully this week would be a little bit better. But anyways, until then, I got 5 envelopes we're going to open up on today's Mailbag Monday. So this first envelope comes to me from Dewey Beach, Delaware. I think I have bought stuff from this seller before, as that town sounds pretty familiar. Let's go ahead and slice into this envelope here and see what we got from Delaware. Okay. Looks like I might have a couple of postcards from Delaware. Okay, yes, I do have 2 postcards. All right, so the first one here is a pool scene. And where is this pool scene at? This is from the Buena Vista Beach Motel and Hotel, located in Biloxi, Mississippi. It says, on the Gulf of Biloxi, Mississippi combines luxurious resort hotel accommodations with a new 84-unit motel. Your choice of motel or hotel service. 100% air conditioned, drive-in and park convenience. The Olympic-sized pool, heated in winter, is the center of a delightful relaxation and recreation area. Small restaurant and dancing nightly. Now, I had gotten another one of these postcards, and I think it might be the same one. Hold on, let me go back here and look. Hold on. Let me look at last week's postcard. I still got my little stack over here. Yep. Well, I bought the same postcard twice, like a dummy. But, yeah, if you want a little more information about the Buena Vista, you can look at last week's Mailbag Monday video. It was the original hotel, opened in early 20s, expanded with the motel, which you see here across the street in the late 50s, I think it was, mid 50s. Made it through Camille and everything in the 80s. Went from the 90s. There was a fire in the 90s on the hotel side. It burnt down, so on and so forth. What is here now is the Beau Rivage parking lot in Biloxi there. So you know where that parking lot garage is. That's where the Buena Vista is, or was. Now, this is the Natchez Trace Parkway Emerald Mound. And it says here about it. It says, this ancient Indian ceremonial mound was built around the year 1500. One of the largest Indian earthworks in the United States. It covers an area of more than 7 acres and is 700 feet long and 400 feet wide. A smaller mound arises 35 feet above the main earthwork, which itself is 35 feet high, located 14 miles northeast of Natchez, Mississippi, and is on the National Park Service under the U.S. Department of the Interior. Now, I've actually visited this mountain twice. The first time I went to, I didn't realize you could go on top of it. There was a parking lot right over here, and there was a gate, and there was a pathway and some stairs. Well, the gate was closed. It was just you could walk around it, but at the time I didn't want to be trespassing. So the first time I went there, I just kind of enjoyed it from the parking lot, But I went back last year, last April, May sometime, and actually went back up there and walked on top of it here. And this is kind of the view that you see here. Now, I don't think you can climb on top of the secondary mound anymore. I think they got it blocked off, or trying to keep it from being eroded away. But yeah, it was pretty interesting. This is the second largest Indian mound in the United States. Like they said, it was used up until the 1600s, if I'm not mistaken. And after that, the Natchez Indians moved into present-day Natchez at the, what do they call that? The Grand Village. They went to the Grand Village, and that's where they ended up at. I actually visited the Grand Village when I was going to go see this, too. So I didn't do a video on the Grand Village. I did a little short on it. Not a whole lot out there to see, just a bunch of smaller Indian mounds, but I'm going to get back out there soon. It's not too far from the house, and I might do a little more video. I was talking to the lady there at the Grand Village, and she said they were going to be redoing their gift shop building, information center buildings, that sort of thing. So once that gets done, I'll probably head back out there. So yeah, just 2 postcards that are local, somewhat local, and a duplicate. Sometimes I get a little excited and I see a good deal on a postcard and don't realize that I just bought it. I don't do my research. I could really go back in eBay and see, hey, I just bought that last week, you dummy. But anyways, this next postcard, or set of postcards, comes to me from Springfield, Ohio. Now, I want to say I probably have bought some from this seller again. This sticker here looks familiar. I think this is one of the ones that you can save a pretty good bit on shipping, and their postcards start at a really good price for the most part. Saw a lot. I think that most of them started like 79 cents, and most of these I got for less than $1, and their shipping was $1 and like 10 cents after that. So I've seen some of them kind of went up afterwards, but it is what it is. Most of these postcards I paid less than $1, maybe even $1.50. So looks like I got quite a few postcards from this one. Wow. I don't know where to start. So let's just start here. This is Benton's Holiday Restaurant. Looks like they are famous for their charcoal broiled Western steaks. And where is this at? This is near the park entrance of Gatlinburg, Tennessee. It says featuring back to the farm fried chicken, country ham and hot biscuits, charcoal broiled Western steaks, short orders, picnic lunches to go. We cater to all groups, open all year round. Now, the last time I was in Gatlinburg was 15 years ago, maybe 16 years ago. I don't recall seeing this there. Chances are it's probably not there. Just a thing of the past where bigger and better places to eat at open up, and the smaller mom and pop shops kind of get to the wayside. There's not a date on this, and there's not a address, so I'm trying to find out where this is at. It's probably going to be hard to find, so I'm just going to go with this is not there anymore. And let's go down here. Let's take a look at this one here. Now, this is a pool scene. Let's see where this pool scene is from. This pool scene is from the Belmont Motor Hotel and Restaurant. I have actually stayed at this motel back when I did the Natchez Trace Parkway. This is the hotel, where it's actually a motel, I stayed at the night prior to me getting on the Natchez Trace. This was built in the 40s or 50s originally. Now it is a Days Inn, under the Days Inn name. I think it's American owned by mom and pop, but it's under the Days Inn. I think the pool was still there. I don't know. I kind of got in late and I didn't really get a good view of the property, but I think the pool's still there. So anyways, let's take a look and see what it says here. It says 61 South and 65 South. This modern motel hotel of 100 rooms and tile baths offers the ultimate in service discriminating guests, whether traveling for business or for pleasure. Suites, hot air, air conditioning, phones, dining room, dining terrace, cabana rooms, swimming pool, tennis court, and a putting green. I didn't see the putting green. I would probably enjoy going out to a little putting green. I don't carry golf clubs with me, but if I'd known, I would have brought my putters with me. So, yeah, this is still there and going fairly well. It was interesting when I ate that when I was there. They offered home cooked breakfast and dinner. It wasn't like some microwave thing. It was literally, they had a kitchen and people were actually cooking breakfast and dinner, and it was included with the meal. I mean, it wasn't, a bagel and some cereal. This was, real deal eggs and bacon. So it was, I had the breakfast. I was a little too late for the lunch or the dinner, but the breakfast was amazing. Probably one of the best free hotel breakfasts that I've ever gotten out of a hotel that was less than $100. But anyways, so what we have here, it looks like a marina, but no, it is actually a restaurant and marina. This is the Tiki Restaurant. Tiki Restaurant and Supper Club and Marina, located Mississippi's Gulf Coast in Goshen, a 15-minute drive from Biloxi, Mississippi. This is in the town next to me. Now, the Tiki opened in the late 60s, after Camille. Now, the inside of this was pretty much destroyed, or not destroyed totally, but it was pretty messed up from Katrina in 2005. It took a while. They reopened it in 2010 or 2011, I think it was. And yeah, I ate there a couple times here and there before, during, and after Katrina. I think in 2020 they closed. Probably the pandemic wasn't very good for them, sadly. Then briefly in 2021 or 22, it was pretty recently, there it was reopened underneath the Horn Island Grill. About 10 miles south of this is Horn Island. It's a barrier island out there in the Gulf of Mexico. And it closed maybe a year or two. It didn't stay open very long. They didn't advertise. It was okay. I had gone there and got a drink from the bar there at the bottom. My buddy had a little birthday party down there, and the bartenders didn't know basic drinks, and it was kind of disappointing. But actually, with about 2 months ago, it has been reopened up as the Tiki again. I'm not sure if the owners are related to the original owners or what have you, but it's actually opened back up into the Tiki. I haven't been there yet, but I'll try to get over that way here soon. So this next postcard looks like a nice little motel with some people hanging out at the pool, some room views, a little lobby view. Let's see what hotel this is. This is the Ramada Inn at Highway 80 and I-20 West in Jackson, Mississippi. And let's see what it says here about it. It says the unexcelled Ramada Inn features 112 modern rooms, year-round air conditioning, television, swimming pool, dining room, coffee shop, banquet and meeting facilities for up to 100 people, plus many other outstanding accommodations. You'll remember your visit to the Ramada Inn of Jackson. Now, I have actually, if this is the one I'm thinking of, this is the one that is next door to the Coliseum there at the State Fairgrounds in Jackson. If you've been up I-55, you've seen this hotel, the backside of it, and it faces the Coliseum. I stayed there in the late 90s. My father was doing some conventions with his company there at the Coliseum, some outdoor conventions and things like that. And I want to say we stayed there because I remember walking right across the street to the convention center and all that. So that area of town is not all of Jackson is not what it used to be, but this area has kind of gone down a good bit too. I want to say this has been torn down. I might have to go back and look. I think it's been torn down. There was 2 or 3 motels. They're all kind of lined up next to each other. I have to go back on Google Earth, Google Maps, whatever, and see if what's there. I haven't been to Jackson in quite a while. I don't have any business in Jackson, so I just bypass as much as I can. So I'm not sure if that is there or not. Now, if you've seen my videos before, you know exactly what this is. This is the Incline Railway up Lookout Mountain in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And this one is postmarked looks like 1926 or 1928. Looks like 1926. I'm not sure. But it tells you about it. It says the incline runs from St. Elmo at the base to the summit of the mountain, 4,750 feet long, crossing historical battleground, and is the steepest cable incline in the world. Now, I'm not sure if it's still the steepest incline. I think there is one that might be a little bit steeper. I'm not sure. They used to call this like the Miracle Mile. From point A to B was literally a mile trip. Yeah, if you don't know about the history about this, you go back on a lot of my videos, I talked about it. A couple of months ago, there was a fire that happened about 3/4 of the way up, a little wildfire, ended up burning and doing some damage to the track and the trestle work. They're going to have to redo it, and they're saying it's going to be closed to probably June. If you want any updates on that, there's a gentleman, Andy's Journeys or Andy's Adventures. I can't think. It's one of those. He's from Chattanooga, and he does updates on this probably about every other week of what's going on. So yeah, the Old Incline is one of my favorite roadside attraction type deals. I didn't think I had this card, or if I did, it wasn't postmarked, and I got a good deal on it, so that's why it's here. Now let's go here to another form of transportation up a mountain. This is a little cable car ride, a little chairlift. This is the LeConte in Gatlinburg, Tennessee chairlift. Let's take a look and see what it says about it here. It says Mount LeConte in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, seen from the upper terminal of the skylift on the summit of Crockett Mountain. The spectacular skylift is the only one of its kind in the South. Known as a ski lift in northern areas, it gives its riders unfolding panoramic vistas of the Great Smoky Mountains and Gatlinburg below. The view of the world-famous Mount LeConte is unsurpassed. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is I want to say this is the chairlift that is on Ober Mountain, or they call it Ober Gatlinburg, whatever it's called today. Been here too. It was pretty interesting that this area used to be just nothing but a ski resort, and I guess they kind of figured out they could do a little bit better if they added some attractions and things during the summertime. So they have, you can ride the ski lift to the top. There's little alpine slide coasters. There's all kinds of little attractions and things down there, kind of the base of this chairlift. Up at the top now, I think there is a little gift shop or snack shop, and there's some people playing old country music, bluegrass music, that sort of thing. When we were there, we didn't go all the way to the top. There was another station about halfway down where you can get off and ride the alpine coaster, alpine sled. We rode the alpine sled, and we probably should have gone up to the top when we were there, but of course we didn't make it. So, but tomorrow's another day. I'm trying to get back to Gatlinburg in the next 4 or 5 years for Dollywood and all that good stuff. Take a look here. You got another motel postcard here. It's kind of hard to see what this one is, as they didn't show off the sign. You'd think being advertising they would do a little bit better. I don't know. Let's see what this is. This is the Cascades Motel, located in Chattanooga, Tennessee on U.S. Highway 41, a half-mile southeast of the city limits. Fastest route to Florida. 36 carpeted and air-conditioned units. Television and telephones in our room. And then the manager's name is there, scratched out. So, Cascades Motel. I don't remember what is there now. I'm going to have to go back and look. I really don't recall this being there. It doesn't ring a bell at all. I've been up to Chattanooga probably a handful of times in the last 4 or 5 years, and I don't remember the sign. I don't remember the motel or anything resembling that motel. Cascades, Chattanooga, Highway 41. Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell. So I'm going to have to do a little searching. If I can find what's there now, I'll go ahead and put up a picture of it. Don't know much about it, but I know this is one of those postcards in this group here that I got for a pretty reasonable price. Like I said, most of these postcards were 79 cents, most at the most, maybe $1.50. So got a pretty good deal on these postcards here, and that's why I got them. Wow, that last segment there was about 10-12 minutes long. Had to wet my whistle. I couldn't be a motivational speaker because I don't know if I could talk that long. But anyways, this next one comes to me from Simcoe, Ontario, Canada again. Gotta love those crazy, interesting Canada stamps. Let's see what I got from our friends up north there. Sometimes you get a couple of postcards from this person, but I only got one. Kind of depressing. I don't know. Not depressing, but I figured I got more. Now, who can tell me what this is? If you know what this is, go ahead and put it in the comment section below. Now, if you put on there, this is Treasure Island or Discovery Island located in Disney World, you're correct. This Island is located in Bay Lake in present-day Disney World. Now, it was not always a Disney island, I guess you could say. In the early 1900s, there was actually people that lived on the island up until the mid-60s, I think it was. Now, in the 70s, when Walt Disney was coming through buying all the property around on all these blanket companies, or I think that's what they called it. There's a bunch of different companies that he made up names for, so people didn't jack their prices up. Whenever they see Disney, they thought they would jack the prices up. So he was buying up all the land under these blanket companies, and then that's how he made Disney World. So he got the land at decent deals. But anyways, this was part of the original acquisition of that property in the 70s, early 70s, I think it was. This was originally called Treasure Island, and then later called Discovery Island. It was basically like a little small zoological park that you caught a little boat and went out there, and they had like 100 and so birds and little small mammals, animals, things like that. Interesting fact about it, it closed literally 25 years to the date that it opened, which is kind of weird. Disney's kind of does things like that, so I don't know. This closed because the Animal Kingdom park opened, which is a quite bit larger, immensely larger animal zoological type park, and there are also some rides and attractions in there besides just animals. So this was not going to last long, but I think the price of it whenever it closed, you go out there for like $10-15. It wasn't a whole lot of money. So, but Animal Kingdom was going to steal its thunder definitely. So they saw the writing on the wall and went ahead and closed it. Now, when they closed it, they just took the animals and they went out to other zoological parks. Some of them went to the Animal Kingdom, things like that. But all the buildings and the cages and the animal enclosures are still there. There's been I'd say a handful of explorers that have gone out there and exploring the island, stayed overnight. It's pretty interesting seeing the videos. I don't think there's been any in the last 4 or 5 years that I came across, but there's been a few of them, and actually a couple of them were arrested and banned from Disney. So let's see what old Portage, Indiana has for me today. Let's see what I bought from Portage, Indiana. Glad I didn't cut that one. It's kind of close to the top there. Okay, so this is the incline railway that we just spoke about on one of these other cards I got over here. I don't know, you saw it earlier. But this is a somewhat present day card. Now, when we were there 2 years ago, they didn't have this card, I don't think. If I would have seen it then, I would have got it, but they didn't have it. Camera's kind of going wonky there with the lights. I gotta get my light situation figured out here. I gotta do something with my lights. But anyways, now this is the red. I call them the red cars. They were around from the 80s to 2020. I actually got to ride these trains once or twice, I'm not mistaken. And then when we came back in 2022, they had the newer style trains up that we got to ride. I did a couple videos on that. Actually, they took these trains off the track back here in the back where the parking lot is. They had a big crane that reached over, grabbed them off the track, they unhooked them, that sort of thing. And one of these trains is back here on a hill on the back side of the parking lot that's behind this building here, the ticket office, and I think it's an ice cream shop there and gift shop on the back side. One of these trains is sitting on a hill. I know I took a picture of it. If I can find it, I'll throw up on the screen here. Before I was more organized with my pictures and videos, I took a picture, so I may not be able to find it, but if I did, you'll see it. Yeah, like I said, December of 2024, there was a big fire up the mountain there, a little brush fire that kind of did some damage. So yeah, but yeah, this wasn't a whole much money when I got this. Like I said, I didn't have this particular postcard, and for a deal, I was gonna get it. If you're wondering what bourbon I'm drinking, it is the Evan Williams Single Barrel. It's like less than $40. That used to be my go-to. I used to love that stuff. It's still pretty good for the money. Good stuff. All right, the last postcard comes to me from Springfield, Ohio. Now, this is the same one that we got from before. I'm telling you, I've bought a lot of gifts. these cards, as you can tell, I bought a good bit of them. They all came in kind of around the same time frame. I bought these cards when we were snowed in a couple weeks ago on that Wednesday when all the snow and ice was around. Didn't go to work, and instead of making money, I was spending money. Yeah, gotta love it. Gotta love it. Now this one, it's quite an unusual restaurant. Yeah, that's right. The name of this restaurant is the Unusual Restaurant and Gift Shop. Can't make that up. Let's take a look here. Man, my lights. There we go. Let's see what it says here about it. Not much to say about it, but they got a color TV, direct dial phones, family owned or operated. 7.5 miles north. North of what? I don't know. The Unusual Restaurant in the heart of Duck, Buffalo, and Tennessee River Basin. Steaks, seafood, in an 1800s era log cabin. Which I guess that doesn't look like a log cabin. But that's definitely a motel. There's the log cabin they're talking about. Now, this was one of those ones I got a pretty good deal on too. I think I might pay like 80 cents for this thing. I probably made more for shipping than I paid for the postcard. Kind of didn't meet the deadline to get in with the other postcards I got from the seller, but it is what it is. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I actually researched this and looked it up because it was kind of interesting. Now, I think the building and the hotels are still there. They're not what they used to be, obviously. I'm sure it's not the Unusual Restaurant. I'm going to put some screen grabs up here from Google Earth, Google Maps, Street View, something like that, of what is here now. This, if I'm not mistaken, is, you can tell there is Nashville, Memphis, so in between there. And it's kind of interesting that they got north facing towards you. And usually you would think of it like this, but I don't know. It's just kind of quirky, kind of unusual, if you will. Yeah, I want to say the restaurant, gift shop is still there. Hotel, motel might still be there. Like I said, I'm gonna go put some screen grabs up and you can see what I have. Yeah, I just got this card because it was quite unusual. Quite a good bit of cards I got this week. A lot of variety, I guess you say. Got some hotels, some motels, some restaurants, some attractions, some unusual attractions and restaurants. From all around, kind of the southeast, I guess it is. Yeah, southeast, that area. If you ever went to that unusual restaurant, tell me how unusual it was. Was it just the name, or was it really unusual? What was inside that made it so unusual? Why do they call it the Unusual Restaurant? If you're a local and you remember going to the tiki restaurant and getting, what was it? Barbecue shrimp, I think it had. Barbecue shrimp and steaks. I remember eating there, if I'm not mistaken. That was some really good food. If you remember eating at the original tiki restaurant, please let me know in the comment section below. If you ever had the steaks there at the Benton's Holiday Restaurant in Gatlinburg, let me know. If you ever went to the Disney's Treasure Island or Discovery Island, let me know what was there. I didn't get to go there when I originally went to Disney in the early to mid 90s. I don't remember why we didn't go there, but we didn't go there. And when we went there this time last year, obviously it was not operating then. So, but anyways, yeah, just kind of cool, a nice little collection of postcards that I got at really good deals. Yeah, I got some more postcards coming. Wasn't expecting to do this Mailbag Monday this week. I was trying to keep my Mailbag Mondays every other week, but yeah, just trying to get some content out there, and I had enough to make a Mailbag Monday, and I got more coming in. So I'm probably going to hold off a week and do another Mailbag Monday video. I don't want to push them out fast enough and then run out of content. So we're going to try to keep on the bi-weekly schedule, I guess you say. But hopefully, not this weekend, but next weekend, I'll get to go camping and maybe have some camping videos and shorts and things like that. That'll be interesting to watch, I hope. But yeah, if you got anything to say about any of these places or attractions or restaurants or past attractions, current attractions, let me know in the comments below. I'm going to finish my little bit of bourbon here, and appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you next time.